Hello and welcome to AI Agents News, the podcast where we break down the latest developments in the world of artificial intelligence. I'm your host, Alex.
And I'm Jordan. It's great to be with you. This week is packed, Alex. We're talking about the rapidly changing legal landscape for AI, a very strange claim from Elon Musk's lawyers, and some exciting opportunities for developers to get their hands dirty.
That's right, Jordan. It feels like the ground is constantly shifting in AI right now. And let's start right there, with regulation. A new report highlights that AI legislation is changing so fast that companies are really struggling to keep up.
And that's a major reversal, isn't it? Technology usually outpaces regulation by years or even decades. But with AI, regulators are trying to close that gap almost in real time. What are the biggest challenges companies are facing?
Well, it's the sheer volume and fragmentation. You have different rules popping up at the national and even state levels. For a company operating globally, navigating that compliance patchwork is becoming a massive headache, and the legal battles are already heating up.
Speaking of legal battles, that brings us to Anthropic. They had a really interesting court result recently. It feels like a win and a loss at the same time.
Exactly. They scored a landmark win on the fair use argument for how they train their models. But the judge also ruled they will face trial over piracy claims. And the scale here is staggering. They're accused of using a pirated digital library of over 7 million books for training.
7 million books. That's not a small number. It really brings the whole debate about training data into sharp focus. If companies can be sued for billions over their training libraries, the old scrape everything you can find model might be over.
It absolutely could be. And from one high-stakes lawsuit to another, this next one involves Elon Musk's ongoing case against Sam Altman and OpenAI. His lawyers made a claim that is, to put it mildly, raising some eyebrows.
I saw this one. Let me guess, is this the claim that he does not use a computer?
That's the one. In a court filing, his legal team stated that, which is fascinating because anyone who follows him knows he has posted numerous times in the past year about using his laptop.
It's truly bizarre. What could possibly be the legal strategy there? Are they trying to distance him from specific digital records or communications? It feels like a claim that's easily disproven with a quick social media search.
It's a bold move. We'll have to see if it pays off. Now, moving from Musk to the broader EV market he's so famous for, there's a fascinating disconnect happening. One article we saw argues that high-end electric cars are actually failing.
Failing how? Sales for EVs are still growing, aren't they?
They are, but the argument is that the super high-end luxury models have failed to capture the public's imagination in a sustainable way. The article suggests that to truly succeed, EV makers need to go back to the days of the Model T, focus on accessibility, affordability, and utility, not just premium features.
That makes a lot of sense. Make the electric car a tool for the masses, not just a status symbol for the wealthy. But that's a very different strategy from what we're seeing emerge in China.
A completely different world. Over there, electric vehicle factories have become tourist hot spots. Thousands of people are signing up for tour to see the highly automated assembly lines of brands like Xiaomi and NIO.
Wow, so they're turning the manufacturing process itself into a marketing tool. It's not just about the car, it's about showcasing technological dominance and building incredible brand loyalty. That's a really smart, immersive way to build a following.
It really is. And Jordan, that idea of building things and getting people involved is a great transition to our next segment here on AI Agents News. Some great opportunities for the developers and researchers in our audience.
Let's get to it. For anyone who wants to build the future with agentic AI, this first one is for you.
That's right. Google Cloud is collaborating with ODSC to host a virtual hackathon on July 25th. The whole event is focused on igniting creativity and building solutions with agentic AI.
And agentic AI is a huge topic right now. It's the idea of creating AI systems that don't just answer questions, but can actually perform multi-step tasks, use tools, and work autonomously to achieve a goal. This hackathon sounds like a perfect place to dive in.
And if you're already doing that kind of advanced work, there's another opportunity. The official call for speakers for ODSC West 2025 is now open. It's one of the premier conferences for data science and AI, and a fantastic platform to share your research and expertise.
And a key part of that research, as another piece points out, is figuring out how to measure what you've built. It highlights how difficult it is to measure the quality of AI systems that produce free text, like chatbots. You can't just use traditional metrics. You need complex semantic comparisons to see if the output is actually good.
Exactly. The tools have to evolve with the models, which we're seeing with things like Databricks announcing new features for its Unity Catalog Python functions, making it easier for data teams to build and manage their workflows. It's all connected: the models, the tools to build them, and the events to share what you've learned.
It really paints a full picture of a rapidly maturing industry.
It certainly does. We've covered a lot today, from the frantic pace of AI legislation and major copyright battles, to fascinatingly different strategies in the EV market, and some amazing opportunities for builders in the AI space.
The one constant is change. Every part of the stack, from the law to the factory floor to the developer's keyboard, is evolving faster than ever. It's an exciting time to be watching this space.
I couldn't agree more. That's all the time we have for this week. Thanks for tuning in to AI Agents News.
Thanks for listening, everyone.